mark my words, I will be one of the biggest streamers in history. But I want a team, like a real team.
You're talking about, bro, once they get a PC, they really gonna lock in and start doing this. Yo, once they get the best iPhone, once they get the best camera, once they get the best mic, they gonna really lock in. Bro, nobody starts with the best anything. DDG New Girl Can't Stop Lying by Hello Yassine Extras.
What's poppin', y'all? You ever see just like such a big piece of cap and you just feel a little bit insulted? Like, all right, listen,
A lot,
I can
actually.
understand the first time you said that. Sure, maybe we considered it. The second time, it's like, all right, come on, are we dumb? The third time, it's like, okay, this is ridiculous. And that's exactly what's going on with DDG's newest ex-girl. Is she his ex-girl now? I don't even know. I haven't done my due diligence on that. Yes, I understand. Like, oh, you should know that. Okay, listen, my hands are up, all right? I'm not arguing with you. But she came out with a clip talking about how serious she is and how hungry she is about taking her stream to the next level. And I'm gonna play.
Before he even gets that clip off, if we're talking about India Love, person that has been famous and had fame since she was basically like a young kid being hungry, I highly doubt that, bro. She could just get brand deals by existing. Why would she be hungry about streaming? She's not. This clip I'm about to see, I better not hear her talk about some she really wants to grind, because I can tell you right now, she doesn't.
You guys the clip right now, and then we're gonna get into why I believe this is the biggest crock of ish that I've heard in a long time. Well, actually not a long time, exactly 3 months, and we're gonna talk about why.
But I'm at the point where like I am studying streams more than being creative with my streams, if that makes any sense. Like, I've been watching other people's streams to start brainstorming and getting creative with my own. But I want a team, like a real team. It doesn't matter if you're out of state when it comes to like the creativity and the vision for my stream, but I want like a good group of 5-6 people a part of my team who are helping me with like creative stream options to do. I want a like super hungry cameraman who like is learning like as he goes. Like, I just want hungry people. The word of the day is hungry. Like, I'm very hungry right now in life.
So here,
That is all lies. And the fact that she wants somebody who is hungry, we would be to swindle them. I can't lie. People that are hungry and genuinely just want experience, you could easily take advantage of them. I'm not gonna say that's what she's trying to do, but that would be the prime opportunity because it will work for less. You don't have to pay him as much. And someone that's looking to just gain experience, especially on a platform such as India Love, even though I don't think she's a hardworking streamer, she still is very popular, and you working with her is going to get you a lot of opportunities. So obviously a lot of people are going to check the pay just to have the option to be able to work with her in order to get more opportunities, even if that were to come up.
you hear it sounds pretty nice. Like, keep in mind, like, for those of you that have been tapped in, India Love, India Westbrook, she blew up again during Streamer University, which was what, May of this year? Kai Cenat not
minute
only
ago.
put on Streamer University, he put on a Mafiathon 3 in the time span between Streamer University and of course Mafiathon 3 in that 3 to 4 months. Actually, yeah, 4 months. India Love has done what? She came on and got hated on by the majority of DDG fans after she coasted through that business relationship, for however long. And what has she done in the meantime? And she's talking about, oh, I'm gonna do this. Anytime somebody talks about ideas and I need this, and then once I get this, I will be able to do this, my brain
Just
tunes it out as
lies,
I'm never going to do
bruh.
this. I'm just yapping. I get a cathartic release off of talking about things that I would like to do, but I'm never going to do. And I really only care about
All
the
these
outcome
barriers just to
more
never do
than
none of
I
it.
care about actually doing this thing. Otherwise, I would already be doing it. Like, what more do you need than the bump in viewership and fame that India Love has not only had for the past 10 plus years, but that she got after Streamer University too? That's all you need.
Bro, this just reminds me of people that say they want to do content creation or start doing YouTube, Twitch, be a streamer, be even like a TikToker, but put all of these barriers already in front of it. Like, I've known people in my life like that. I've also seen it. A bunch of people talking about, bro, once they get a PC, they really gonna lock in and start doing this. Yo, once they get the best iPhone, once they get the best camera, once they get the best mic, they gonna really lock in. Bro, nobody starts with the best anything. I was doing YouTube when I had like a laptop, bro. You don't start with the best of anything. Doing TikToks on like a random Android phone will work as long as you have the dedication and the drive. Anybody that says, hey yo, I need X, Y, and Z item in order to start doing something that they're supposed to like, they don't actually care, and they never really want to do it, bro. They never had to drive to begin with.
You could have a Motorola Razr and be streaming off of that damn thing, and people will still
Facts.
watch. Just make sure the audio is good, because janky audio, it doesn't really work. And then she's talking about hungry. The only thing I think she's hungry for is attention, because she's not hungry. And some people say, man, you grilling her. Why are you grilling her for? Listen, I'm going to play you guys this other clip right now, and I'm going to give you guys the date on that clip.
Mark my words, I will be one of the biggest streamers in history of streaming. God willing, if that's what God wants for me in my life, all I have to do is put in the groundwork. God's not going to just make it happen. You got to put in the effort. And me, this is me putting in the effort.
Is she ever? When is this supposed to happen?
You know, I'm not really entertaining y'all, but I'm here with y'all, to be here with y'all, to be consistent, to let y'all know I'm here to stay, and I'm really gonna run. I just gotta get my gears going. I gotta get my family involved, because y'all know my family brings out the best side of me, literally. So, yeah, that's that.
So this clip, when she's talking about
me trying to be a non-hater and suppress that side of myself, I don't know at what point in time I would have believed India Love thought she was going to be the #1 streamer. Outside of just her worth ethic not being there to be a #1 streamer compared to any other streamer that's out there right now, like FaZe Clan, who was put on a subathon, DDG, someone she was even close with, Kai Cenat, anybody in that category who's gunning and trying their best to be the best streamers in the world, she doesn't really do any of that. And I can't really brag on her and be like, yo, it's really just her content and stuff that she's doing, because we have people like Queso who are really big streamers who normally just chill back and do a lot of desktop streams. So it's not the fact that, hey, she does desktop streams, she doesn't do IRLs, because she does that too, just desktop IRLs, and has the opportunity to collab with a lot of people. So it's literally just her work ethic and the fact that this is all chit chat and not someone actually wanting to be a top streamer.
Mark her words, she's going to be one of the biggest streamers, this and that. You know when this happened? This was June 10th. June 10th, 2025. So it was 3+ months before this clip when she's talking about being hungry as hell and she's going to take it. And keep in mind, May was when Streamer University happened. May was when she had her biggest month. So she streamed 104 hours in May, which keep in mind, there's 40 hours in a week. India Love doesn't have no damn job, okay? Let's put that out there. 40 hours a week, that's what, 160 hours a month, 4 weeks? She streamed less than that in Streamer University, and a lot of it was during Streamer University. And she was averaging 11.5K viewers. She maxed out at 76,000 viewers.
That is just
during Streamer University. She gained nearly 500,000 followers that month. And what do you think she would do the next month, right? Like, what would you do if you're into this at all, right? You're probably like, dog, I get some motion like that.
Give me some motion like that. Talking about I could max out at 76K viewers. Forget the YouTube. Well, don't actually forget the YouTube. I love it here. I would never stop posting here. But let's not act like I wouldn't lock in on streaming. You would just have to. Streaming 104 hours, let's double that, triple that. Basically pop up a stream every single day, every other day. Anytime you can and you're not doing nothing, forget it. Let's just stream. Because with a boost like that and opportunities like that people would literally want to die for, you have to try your best to make the most out of it. And I'm assuming he's gonna say he didn't do that.
I mean, we're talking that's the motion, man, right there. You're getting motion like that. You're getting motion sickness with how much motion that is. Nearly 500,000 followers in a month on 100 hours of streaming. I know some people that have streamed 100 hours and haven't even gotten 100 followers. She nearly halves the amount of hours streamed the next month.
That's wild.
She must have gotten motion sickness, because how do you stream 71 hours? And she still gained nearly 100,000. But her average viewer count dropped, which is to be expected. But then in July, she hops back on again. So the streaming hours go up. But keep in mind, DDG's helping her through this. DDG's helping her a lot after Streamer University as well. So a lot of this is DDG. And keep in mind, June 10th was when she was talking about like, yo, watch, I'm going to be the biggest streamer ever. And then July. And then what happens in August? How many hours does she stream? 48. She does a little bit over a week's work. She did a week in overtime in August. And of course, the average viewers keep dropping.
All of the month,
and then
too.
You've got September, which she streamed 25 hours, a part-time job. after getting the biggest boost you could ever imagine. And this is the thing. She's talking about she needs a camera. What do you mean you need a cameraman? What do you mean you need an ideas guy? You need to want it. She does not want it. She likes how lit streamers are. She likes how they are looked at. And she believes that, well, if I have all of these resources, then I can have all of that and I won't have to do all of the work involved. But when you see somebody like a DDG, or you see somebody like a Kai Cenat was doing this on Facebook with his iPhone while he was still in high school. While the guy was in middle school, he was making Facebook videos when he was like 13.
Crazy, just insane dedication.
DDG made how many videos by himself? DDG, I think he was streaming without a cameraman for so long. And the idea that you need a cameraman to stream now is so insane. This is like, you know, when people say like, I don't think Champagne Socialist is like a good example of what I'm trying to illustrate, but it's like somebody pulling up to the game, somebody pulling up to hoop with the sleeve and all of that stuff, and they're whack. It's like, dog, you don't need. And then somebody that's just nasty, hooping in sandals. You're like, okay, this guy's got it. Now, hooping in sandals is crazy. It depends though. Is it the flip flop with the
beyond
toe
insane
in the middle? That's even crazier. Or is it the slides with the elite socks? That combo was elite at a certain point in time. I don't know about for hooping, but post hoop session, the elite socks and the slides, that was it. So India Love is just somebody that's just yapping her ear off. She's not serious about this streaming thing, nor is she entertaining.
Very true.
Now, she is entertaining in the context of her with somebody like a DDG, where maybe there is that tension. Their fan base are like, okay, well, like what's going on here? And by there, I mainly mean her. And I'll give you an example of a girl who actually did want this streaming stuff and was putting in work before she disappeared for a little bit. And that is not just like this girl like Extra Emily, for instance, but somebody that got put on. And that's Wendy Ortiz. Like, people want to hate on her.
That is true.
It probably is fair to hate on her, to be honest. But at the very least, she is averaging 10,000 views around. She's also somebody that was a standout.
Wendy Ortiz is such a crazy case because she was already grinding hard on TikTok, happened to fall into streaming because of DDG, and then went crazy on that. I think actually she has an excuse for that. She was like literally moving into a new house. I saw that. I wanted to make a video on that. But she was moving into a new house and literally had other obstacles. So it was not like she just decided one day, hey man, I'm not going to try as hard on streaming. She's still been going back to her grind. Like, that is genuinely somebody that wants this and works hard. And he mentioned Wendy Ortiz. Think about other people from Streaming University like Yana, who was somebody who went back and was streaming on an Xbox, console, because they were so dedicated. Ended up getting gifted a PC and is still streaming to this day. Like, those are people who genuinely want it. They're not worried about having a cameraman or all this other stuff just to make their content. They just want to make content at the end of the day, and they're going to use whatever they have in order to do that. And then upgrade later once they see the success that they gain from just trying their hardest with what they had.
A highlight in Streamer University. But she at least kept it up, streaming at least 70 hours. You could say that she's not working as hard, but August, she streamed 60 hours and she's averaging more viewers than India Love. And you can't say it's because Wendy Ortiz is like, people will say that India Love is way, quote unquote, better looking, all that other stuff than Wendy Ortiz. But Wendy Ortiz is putting in the effort. She wants to stream. Now, she hasn't really streamed this month. She streamed about 8 hours this month, but some people believe that's because she decided to get an operation and is recovering from said operation before she comes back. I don't know how true that is, but it would make sense because she was rather consistent before. At least for the months of June, July, August, she was streaming at least 70 hours each month, and her growth, she sustained her growth. Whereas India Love, she's just sporadic about it. She's like, India Love is not used to working. She's used to chilling, and she likes being lit, and she thinks she can do it with a bunch of people around her. Like, she just wants to be a diva. Like, she wants to feel like Mariah Carey, where Mariah Carey is very talented. India Love does not have a talent that we know of, at least, or we've seen demonstrated. The only way an India Love could sustain success is, number one, having somebody like a DDG that is willing to play the behind the scenes role of organizing and orchestrating streams, and she just has to show up and do her thing. But why would he do that for her when he could just do that for himself and make all of the money instead of whatever percentage? And then he can control how often he shows up on stream. He can't control if she shows up on stream or not. She might just be, I don't really want to stream today. I'm not feeling it. You know, I got to be on my best to entertain people. And yeah, like if anybody is willing to bet on India Love blowing up as one of the biggest, she won't even blow up and be one of the biggest female streamers, let alone one of the biggest streamers, period. I'm willing to take that bet. So just let me know. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification.
W video, and that is pretty true. I feel like a lot of people in content creation in general see the end goal of what it's like to be a content creator and never truly want to put in a lot of the work that it takes to actually do this, especially somebody who's already famous like India Love. And as he said, is used to just chilling, bro. Used to be an IG baddie, maybe one little post, maybe one little commercial, and then you just get the bag, and the rest of the time you could just chill, work like 2 days out of the month just to chill the rest of it. Well, content creation and streaming is something that if you want to be the best, you have to give your whole life to posting, uploading, planning consistently, even without a team, by yourself, trying as hard as you can, to the point where you can work up to have a team. She hasn't even done that yet, and that might just sound like pure hate. It probably is. This is one of the most hater videos I did ever made, but at the end of the day, it's just the truth. We can see with our own eyes how much effort you're putting in. Not a lot. At least that's just how I feel. But if you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment section down below, because this video is unfortunately over. And if you do want to support the original creator, you know the link is in my description. But if you want to support me, you definitely give this video a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. But that's enough for me. I'll miss you guys in the next one. Peace out.